Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Spanish 2000. I have to say that whenever we dismissed for spring break, I certainly never thought that would be the last time that I saw all of you guys, and that makes me very sad, to be completely honest. I actually had gotten you all a little present I was going to give you guys on the last day of class and wrote some little thank you notes and things, so I'm really sad that we are having to shift online. I know in some ways that may be a whole lot easier for you guys because you're going home and that kind of thing. You don't have to come back to campus, so that is nice. But at any rate, I really am going to miss you guys, and I wanted to make this video just to kind of show you what to expect for our remaining few weeks, right? You had this nice little 2 week break, and now as we enter the rest of the class, I'm going to kind of show you some of the things that I've made, some of the changes to make your lives a little bit easier. I did share this with you in a Canvas announcement, but there's a new tentative course calendar that I've created here and sort of revised as a result of the coronavirus. You can see we're here currently in week number 10, the extended spring break. Next week we'll be starting chapter 9, which is titled Vamos de viaje. Let's take a trip. Wouldn't that be nice? Chapter 9. As you keep looking, it's going to tell you every week. So for week 11, that's this upcoming week, March 23rd through March 29th, it's going to tell you everything you have to do. Same thing for week 12, same thing for week 13, 14, and 15. Okay. I will be sending out a Canvas announcement on Sundays every week, letting you know what is due. So, for example, this coming Sunday, March the 22nd, I will send out your assignments for the week, which are going to be exactly what you see here. You will have the week to complete those assignments, and everything will be due by Sunday night. In this case, that'll be 1 week from this following Sunday, March 29th. Okay, so basically, you'll receive your assignments on Sundays, and they'll be due by the following Sunday. So you have the whole week to work on them, as much time as you need. You have that week to ask questions if you need to. You guys have my phone number, my cell phone, you have my email, so you're not alone in this. I'll be here to answer your questions at all times. Um, Also, as you keep looking, you can see future weeks. So if you want to work ahead, you're welcome to do that. For example, the week after next, week number 12, we'll be looking at the grammar involved in chapter 9, which is usually the more difficult part of the course, right? So if you wanted to go ahead and start working ahead, you could always do that. It tells you exactly what to do. You're going to be reading chapter 9, these certain pages. You don't have to read all of it, just the pages I've mentioned. There's a grammar video that I've created, which will just go through the steps of figuring out how to conjugate some of these verbs in the new tense we're learning called the subjunctive. There are PowerPoints on Canvas to help you with specific directions. And you'll notice that next week in week 11, I've asked you to watch these two vocabulary videos about Eli and Vanessa. At the end of Eli and Vanessa's videos, they give you a few questions to answer. So in week 11, all you have to do is watch the video. You don't have to do anything else, just watch the video. But in week 12, I've asked you to, as a part of your oral presentation, there's a part A and a part B for your oral presentation. For part A, you're just answering those same questions that you saw in last week's video, and they'll be very short answers. Okay. For part B of the oral presentation, you'll be doing what you always do. I give you a topic, and that's available on Canvas, and you'll be creating a Flipgrid video in response to that oral presentation like what you've always done. Now, the different part here is that since we're not in class together, I want to make sure that you're learning what you should be learning. So I've asked that for that following week that you submit a rough draft of your oral presentation that includes part A and part B. And in that draft, I will correct your grammar. You'll need to turn your draft in by Wednesday night. That's April the 1st. And then I'll be giving you some corrections the next day, and you have to have it uploaded by that following Sunday. You'll only be uploading part 2, which is what you normally upload in this class. You never used to have the Eli and Vanessa videos to watch. So just to be clear, okay, in week 1, or week 11 here, you're reading these pages in your book. You are watching these 2 vocab videos, nothing other than watching, and you're doing some My Spanish Lab, studying a little bit for your oral interview. In week 12, you're reading about the grammar of the book, watching the grammar video, you're answering the questions from the previous week from Eli and Vanessa's vocabulary videos, and you're writing your rough draft of part 2 of your oral presentation. You're going to submit parts A and B of your oral draft, including the questions from Eli and Vanessa and the part you've done yourself. by Wednesday night at 11:59. On Thursday, I will read that and give it back to you. And then you have until Sunday night at midnight of that following week to upload your oral presentation to the Flipgrid. You'll also have some My Spanish Lab assignments, and you need to study for your oral interview. Okay, our third week of Chapter 9, which is the final week, you will be reading a few more pages in your book, mostly just studying for your exam, which will take place at the end of that week. You'll have the whole week to do it. It'll be due at the end of week 3, in this case week 13, which is April 12th. And you'll complete that exam in My Spanish Lab. You only get one attempt, so please make sure that you don't open it until you're ready to take it. Okay, and then you'll be submitting journal number 4 in Canvas by April the 12th as well, and studying for your project. Okay, after that, in our 4th and 5th weeks together, we'll be starting Chapter 10, doing vocab and grammar in the same week. You have some pages to read, video to watch, so on and so forth. And then we'll do your oral interviews that week. There is a Google Doc where you can sign up for your oral interview times. So please make sure that you do that. It looks like this. Okay, I've given you the specific time. And there's any of the blank ones you can fill in your name. And you need to put your username for your Skype account. Now, if you don't have a Skype account yet, that's okay. You can create one at www.skype.com. It's totally free. There's no cost. So just go ahead and create that Skype account. And at whatever time you pick on Saturday, April the 18th, you'll just Skype me. And my Skype username is here. It's mharry18. And you'll just Skype me at that time. We'll go through the same questions that you're seeing in those Quizlets that I've posted, what we call here the long-term project. Those are just your practice questions for the oral interview. So if you're studying those every single week, by the time you get to that oral interview, it should be very easy for you to get a good grade. Okay, and then in our final week, you're just taking your final exam, and I have a little summary discussion board for you just to kind of reflect on the class as a whole. I know that seems like a lot of information, so all you have to worry about for this first week is week 11 and doing these things here. Again, I'll be sending you an email every week with exactly what you should be doing. All you have to worry about right now is putting these dates on your calendar and completing what it says here for week 11. Okay, as we look forward to our future weeks, I want to show you a couple of things here in Canvas. As far as announcements go, you'll be able to see those. You should get an email when I create an announcement, but for whatever reason, if you don't, there's a little thing here that says week 11 announcements. This is what's going to come out on Sunday night. It tells you exactly what you're doing for the first week. And I always send these out every Sunday. And you have till the following Sunday to get everything turned in. Under modules here in Canvas, you can see a statement of understanding. Please, please, please make sure you fill that out. If you do that today, that would be awesome. We just need to make sure that all students are understanding that your classes are moving from face-to-face to online. I think you all know that, but the Dean's Office has asked for your signature in that, okay? That lesson plan for our following weeks here that we've just been going over is here for you as well at the very top under modules. You also see a link to that oral interview sign-up sheet. If you want to go ahead and sign up for that now, that'd be awesome. Go ahead and select your time. Again, it's Saturday, April the 18th. I started it at 9 o'clock and I've gone as late as 6. You can add on to the end of that if you need to, and if you need to tack on earlier in the morning, that's fine as well. I'm not a morning person, so 9 o'clock was about as early as I wanted to go, but hey, if it's better for you and your schedule, I'll definitely go earlier for you, okay? A link to those practice oral interview questions in the Quizlet is also here. And as you scroll down to the very bottom, you're going to see where it shows week 11. Okay, this is everything you have to do for this coming week. It gives you some learning objectives. The pages you should be reading are listed here. You can click on all these. They're hyperlinked. So you can see I've given you those pages you should be reading in My Spanish Lab. The video clips you're supposed to watch from Eli and Vanessa, those are hyperlinked here on that tentative course calendar, so you can literally just like click here and it should open up the YouTube page with the video that you have to watch. And the questions are at the end of the video, like I said. I'm not going to play that because it'll be loud, but anyway, that's where you find that. Okay, and then the specific assignments you have to do in My Spanish Lab are listed here as well, the numbers of those. And I've, of course, put those over here for you too. Okay. Speaking of which, you'll notice if you take a look at My Spanish Lab that I have moved all of the dates to Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So that means you have the whole week to work on this stuff and get it turned in by 11:59 p.m. on Sundays. Except for the draft of the oral interview. I'd like for you to have those in by Wednesdays, just so I can give you some feedback and make sure that what you're saying in the oral presentation is correct, since I don't have the chance to give you that feedback in person anymore. Okay? So, for example, this week we're starting here on March 23rd. That's week 11 of our class, and it will go all the way through the 29th when everything is due. And then week 12 will start on the 30th of March. Everything will be due by April 5th, so on and so forth. Okay, your exams, everything will take place here in My Spanish Lab, except your final exam. I'll be giving your final exam via Canvas, and it will be unlimited time. You'll have as much time as you need to complete that. Okay? And of course, as you keep going, you can see there's everything here for week 12, week 13, week 14, so on and so forth. So if you want to work ahead, by all means, feel free. I will be sending those announcements out every Monday, and I encourage you just for the first few weeks to kind of get used to the process first. But then you can work ahead. So if you have any questions about any of this stuff, let me know. Again, all you should be doing right now really is taking a look at this tentative course calendar, working on stuff for week 11. You should be signing up for the oral interview as well. And definitely submitting this statement of understanding. In case you haven't already done this, just so you know, for the statement of understanding, you're just copying and pasting this statement that says, hey, I understand we're going online. You're filling in your name here in the blank, and you're submitting it via Canvas here. And I'm giving you 1 point of extra credit for doing that, okay? If you have any questions about anything that we've discussed here today, you have my personal cell phone number, you have my email, cell phone numbers here, emails here. Feel free at any point to reach out with any questions you have, okay? Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.